And gentlemen, I know you guys really want me back talking about some election numbers. So I'm back once again. I'll be doing this once in a while. I won't be doing it every day because we are not seeing any new numbers that we haven't known before. But let's do a little recap. Let's do a little recap. And today I'm going to consolidate the wealth of knowledge, the bulk of work I've been doing for the past 2, 3 months, and give it to you in the most succinct manner why Kamala Harris is so much more favored to take this election than her opponent. So let's get started. Let's not waste time. Now, before we give the color to every state here, let's group them in a way that we can remember so we don't have to just keep toggling every single state and try every single combination, okay? Let's call the states up here, the 3 states up here, we call them the Rust Belt, right? And the states down here, we usually call them the Sun Belt. That is a term we usually use. But to make it more granular, let's split them into 3 groups. So the Rust Belt maintained as the Rust Belt. Then these 2 states, North Carolina and Georgia, we call them the East Coast. And the last 2 states over here, Nevada and Arizona, we call them the inlands. So now there are 3 groups instead of 2. And this is my claim. Kamala Harris, just by looking out for the way we are grouping them together, have just a immense number of ways to win the elections. Given the fact that a state like Pennsylvania, let's take a look at early polling. I mean, not early voting in Pennsylvania, right? If we take a look at Pennsylvania, I mean, the numbers is about 2-1 in early mail-in ballots. Now, of course, this doesn't mean Pennsylvania is sealed in the bag. Of course, it doesn't. But who would you rather be? Would you rather be Kamala Harris or her opponent? Because I can tell right now, I look at these and I go, well, seems like she's on a good run. And that would continue if you guys go out there and vote and get all your family and friends going out there to vote. It's a simple thing. Okay, so now, let's just say, given the facts we know, let's not give her a bit too much. Let's just give her Pennsylvania. Now, just, of course, this being the sort of the centerpiece of the election. But with the facts that we are seeing right now, if she continues, and she will, I don't see any reason why Pennsylvania will not go to Kamala Harris. But the other states, we may not know. Okay, things could change. Just like things could change in Pennsylvania as well. But again, let me reiterate. It is not looking good for her opponent. It's looking very good for Kamala Harris, and it's looking better and better as the days go on. I just don't see how Kamala Harris will not take Pennsylvania. Okay? Going back to what we've been saying, hello there, good morning. I missed some of the chat. Okay, because I'm covering the numbers, I may not be able to be very active in the chat, so forgive me. So thank you, JJ Warner. I'm going to put the chat right here so I can see it and also do the math. I hope this works. Good morning, John Scott, Channel H, Dunbar, JJ Warner, Colin Grossman for the vice president. I mean, they're together. Medina Rowe, good morning. Good morning to y'all. Okay, so what I've been saying, I'll just repeat in the greatest succinct manner, okay? There are 3 groups on the map. The Rust Belt, and there are 2 groups, as according to the media, the Rust Belt and the Sun Belt. So it's very obvious. If Kamala Harris wins either the Rust Belt, which will put her at exactly 270, or she wins the Sun Belt, which will put her at 275, she wins the election. But I would like to divide into 3 groups so we can take an even better look at it, and we call it, well, the Rust Belt is over here. These 2 constitute East Coast, and these last 2 over here constitute inlands. So when I say the inland states, I mean Nevada and Arizona. When I say the East Coast states, I mean North Carolina and Georgia. And of course, when I say Rust Belt, it means Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. So here's the situation as of today. To the best of any of our estimates, if we are to be brutally honest, completely honest, Kamala Harris seems to have just outpaced Donald Trump by strides in Pennsylvania. I just don't see, I do not see how he is able to overturn Pennsylvania is running out of campaign dollars. He is in steep mental decline, and the media is catching on to it. He's going on all this fascist, literal Nazi rants. Pennsylvanians, the dynamic, the culture in Pennsylvania, it's not like those of the Deep South. You can't rant on with your Nazi rhetoric and hope you win a state like Pennsylvania. It just doesn't work. We people like to assume that whatever works for one rural place works for another rural place. I mean, this logic simply doesn't carry through. The culture, again, the local culture in rural places, like in a state like Pennsylvania, is very different from the place like Alaska, and is very different from the place like Arkansas. So these are not the same place. He is trying to, when he say all these fascist nonsense, he is trying to appeal to the Deep South. But by doing that, he's losing appeal to the people in Pennsylvania. I don't see any reason at all that Donald Trump would take Pennsylvania, given what we have known. Trump does not have 219. I agree. I've been saying this as well, but we'll get to it. Martin Collins, focus. We have to focus on voting. Listen this. We have to focus on voting. And right now we're covering the numbers, yes. But let's focus on voting, okay? So according to how I've grouped them, it's very simple. In this situation, all Kamala has to do to win the election is very simple. She can either win the blue wall, win these two, or she can win these two, which are, a predicted thing, or this is the thing. Listen, guys, listen to this. She can win any one of the three groups, any one of the two in the remaining three groups, and she'll win the election. What do I mean by that? She can win Wisconsin in the Rust Belt, Nevada on the inlands, and North Carolina on the East Coast. She literally has to win any single one state in the three groups, and she wins. And come on, guys, look. She is probably taking either one. Like, even if you're giving a conservative estimate, she's probably taking at least one of North Carolina or Georgia. And honestly, might be both. But even giving the conservative estimate, she's always in the lead. Exactly. Look, she takes anyone. Literally anyone. We're giving her the smallest piece. Okay? We give her Wisconsin the smallest piece in the Rust Belt. We give her the smallest piece, which is Nevada on the inlands. And we give her, either piece is the same. We give her North Carolina. She wins. She needs one piece. Any one piece in the three groups, she wins the election. Okay? The only way is that she couldn't do that for all three. In fact, she can forsake these two groups altogether, and she wins. She can forsake this group altogether and still win. She can forsake this group altogether and still win. Getting one in each is the minimum. It's what I'm saying. And people are telling me there's so much news coming in, and some of them are just dishonestly negative. And saying Kamala Harris, she could lose. I mean, anything could happen. Especially when we lose focus. It's pretty simple. If we lose focus, if we don't go out there to vote, if we don't door knock and get people out to vote with us, then it's possible that Kamala Harris may not win. But again, the enthusiasm. Have you guys seen the Georgia rally just last night? It was packed. It was high. Voting trend seems to sour on Kamala's chances. Look, listen. That's his channel. I don't want to say nothing bad of it. His channel. The fact is, I'm presenting y'all on the facts. It makes no sense. Again, it just how can her opponent ever win on this map? It's like we're trying to compute all the past, like JJ Warner say, all roads lead to glory. I just don't see any sane paths where her opponent. You see, I'm not even mentioning his name because I said yesterday, I don't even want y'all to bring back that person's image into your mind. I'm just gonna call her I'm just gonna call him her opponent from this point on, okay? Because we don't need that energy in this chat. Again, she needs any state in the three group, one state in the Rust Belt, one state in the inland, and one state on East Coast. And that's it. She needs just one piece on each. And she doesn't even need one piece on each because she can lose these two pieces and get this one extra piece of Michigan. She wins. She doesn't need these two pieces. In fact, she can get North Carolina and not even take Georgia, but just take Arizona. Like, we have to understand this. As much as people will like to fear bait, like I say this fear baiting. Agent Orange. Oh, that's a brutal name. JJ Warner. Jonathan Suit. I want her to win. I think everyone's wanting it. Gave 5K. Wow. I'm pinning this, guys. What did I say? When someone is winning, when someone's taking action, we clap. Jonathan Suits. Everyone who's seeing this, who's on live, give our hands up for Jonathan Suits. Her and her husband gave $5,000 to Kamala Harris's campaign. This is real action. This is something we must learn. But why is your forecast so varying from VoteHub? I don't know what's VoteHub. I have no idea what VoteHub is. And honestly, I don't trust these people. Look, listen. They rely on polls. And I don't. It's very simple. Trump I said the name. Oh no. Her opponent. Agent Orange. Let's go. Agent Orange sponsors his own poll on 538. Bait Silvers is involved in the Poly Market, a betting website. I mean, how can you trust these posters? I've said it countless times. Atlas Intel, a 3-star poster on 538 on Bait Silver's website, has Agent Orange winning Pennsylvania black people by 60% against Harris's 40%. I mean, do you think, do you think that makes any sense at all? VoteHub is showing early vote tally in some state which show party has sent back ballots. If you mean this, then how is Kamala Harris losing? Because I don't get it. Right? Like, again, I don't understand. I just don't. Maybe I'm like out of touch. Am I out of touch? Because I'm looking at the same numbers, be it VoteHub or MSNBC or Election Lab. They're reporting the same numbers. And according to these numbers, this is Pennsylvania, right? You guys see this Pennsylvania? We outnumber them 2-1. Like, how is this? How can anyone be still worried now that if you have went out to vote? Because, guys, listen to common sense. Listen to rationality, common sense, and what you really see around you. And not all these other stuff that's trying to distract you, that's trying to make you anxious and in a state of fear. And like I said, when we come back to this path, I mean, the number of paths on this is just ridiculous. I mean, it's completely ridiculous. And like, was it JJ Warner who said just now, Trump doesn't even have that 219 because there are places where he's showing weakness. Alaska has been showing weakness for a while. Iowa has been showing weakness. Texas and Florida looking weaker than what they used to look 2 months ago. I'm not so sure about Ohio. It's possible. Maine's 2nd District has been weak since the start of the election. Since Kamala Harris took over very early on in late July, mid-August, Maine's 2nd District already showing weakness. I mean, just look at the numbers up here. Donald Trump has 97 in the leans. That's even more than we have on the toss-ups. I mean, he is not looking good. Whoever that's doing like this different approach thing has never considered the different approach where Trump is losing any of these states that he's assumed not to lose. You see, this is why I say, guys, listen, we have to stay focused. What did I say yesterday? We have to stay focused because it is very simple. Look at how people are presenting the data to y'all. Okay, we're constantly worried. We're constantly worried that the states that already show very definitive signs of going to Kamala Harris and that the energy is going through the roof, we are worried, right? And in the states that are not looking very good for her opponent, no one's really talking about it. So even in some sense, the people on our side is jeering us. And again, I it's their channel. They like to do what they like to do, but my concern is, why are we our own worst enemy? Oh, Alex Adorno went to 600 houses today. Oh my God, GG, Alex. Okay, guys, what happened to the clamps? Get it in. Get it in. Show this man. You see, why are they not reporting on this? Steve Smith, good morning, Patriots. I don't hear nobody reporting on Iowa. I don't hear nobody reporting on Alaska. The amount of reporting we have heard from Texas is like is nothing. But everyone's reporting, and it's like, oh, this could go sour. It's people on our side. It's not our opponents. Right? Our opponents are genuinely worried. Trump's his own people, his insider people, his campaign managers, they are worried. They're scrambling. They're doing everything they can. Our opponents are worried. But it's our friends. It's our allies. Like I said, look, I don't like using this term, but sometimes we got frenemies. I hate to use that term. I really do. I don't like using it. Bubble wrap, thank you for the clap. I'm just saying there's so many frenemies who think they're helping us, but they're not. And that's the problem. Look, you know who is a real friend out here? Look at Alex Adorno. Look at Jonathan Suits. These are some real friends we got. Look at everyone out here clapping in the stream. These are real friends we got. But there's so many other channels out here. Again, fear baiting. And I genuinely believe they're fear baiting. Because if they're reporting this fairly, at all, fair by any measure of fairness, they would have said, you know what? Pennsylvania looks very damn solid. And she's very likely taking the blue wall in its entirety since, well, for a very long time, the three states vote together, and by that stretch, she already wins. But let's say she's missing out. Any other state fails in, it's over. I mean, it's the number of pathways for Kamala Harris to take this election is mind-boggling. Like they're just like several ways she could lose. I mean, okay, let's take a look at this map. Okay, we've heard some news about Alaska, and people are like, well, it's 3 electoral votes. It's not really important. I'm not saying Alaska will go blue, but if people are even fair at all, and they're fear mongering over Pennsylvania, they're fear mongering over the blue wall, then let me be fair. Let me fear monger in the other way. Okay, let me fear monger in the other way. You think this is not important? Well, it's pretty important because in this case, she wins pretty handily. Actually, I think we need Nevada. Yeah, she can win with this. Like it's again, if we take this out, she takes North Carolina, she takes Nevada, and she could win. Like, why are we not having people talking about Alaska? Why are we not trying to get Alaskans in Anchorage out there to vote? Why? Why not? Ladies and gentlemen, someone gave me a super chat. John Scott, thank you. Kamala Harris is going to win. Everyone needs to be pumped and not freak. Thank you. I can't see your name, but old school sorry just got here. Is Alaska actually in play? We don't know. But the thing is, here's the thing. Everyone keeps saying things that are solidly blue are in play. But no one is saying things that have been leaning red being in play. And I'm saying that, I'm claiming this. The quote-unquote Democrats, I mean, they're not quote-unquote Democrats, they're real Democrats. They say worse news about Kamala Harris than our opponents say news about Kamala Harris. And this, I made the thing about frenemies. They're trying to help, clearly, but they're not helping. You know what's helping? Telling people we got a chance in Alaska and get these disparaged Democrats who feel like there's no chance out there voting in Anchorage. Why is no one talking about Alaska? Like you said, who's everyone's dark horse win for Kamala? You see, this is why Detail Therapy Podcast has an awesome community. We're out here thinking she's not only gonna win, there's gonna be a dark horses that no one saw coming that emerge for Kamala Harris. Like, this is the type of mentality we need to have. Someone says something about Iowa. I can't find it, but I saw someone. Okay, look. If Iowa is in play, if Iowa's in play, this is bad news, because if Kamala Harris takes Iowa, that's a free Nevada. She took Nevada for free, and if she takes Nevada as it is, that's 12 electoral votes, which means it is now larger than Wisconsin, which means she takes Pennsylvania and Michigan, she wins the election. Like, ladies and gentlemen, why is no one talking about this? Why is no one? Everyone's talking. I mean, not literally everyone. People are out here. Like, I say, focus. Focus, focus, focus. Do not let anyone distract you. Distraction is our Achilles heel. And everyone's trying to distract you with all these fear and anxiety. And I'm out here saying, we might be seeing some dark horses. Thank you, Franco. I believe it will landslide. Honestly, oh my God, Ted Cruz's performance that day. All right, call him out. It was brutal. How he was hiding in a closet or was under the table during the insurrection, during the Gen 6 insurrection. I mean, that clip went viral. Even if we don't take Texas as in the general election, the chances we have in taking the Senate seat, in taking the House because of Texas, I mean, it's just like, ladies and gentlemen, look at Franco. Look at what they're saying. Look at what we are saying out here, ladies and gentlemen. The dark horse will be Texas. Nick, I've got the news for you. If Texas turned blue, I wouldn't even call it a dark horse. I would be like, hey, look, I called it. Like, I've been calling that for 2 months. Nick, old school, and it's not funny. The one comment killed Cruz. Oh, that's painful. That's painful. Reynaldo Colin LeBoy, you're the best for speaking out the truth and get out to vote. Thank you all. Listen to this. I'm the first to say, if Texas turned blue, I'll be like, guys, that's not a dark horse. We've been calling this for how long already? That's, you know what a dark horse would be? Like, a dark horse will be Oklahoma. Ladies and gentlemen, our standards have to be higher. That's a dark horse. A dark horse will be Kansas. A dark horse will be Missouri. A dark horse will be Indiana. Or West Virginia. Or Utah. Like, these are dark horses. If it's Texas or Florida, like, it's supposed to look like this. Like, do you guys get what I mean? Look at the type of horrendous laws that goes into the 6-week abortion ban, the state lines imposed on pregnant women, period trackers, pregnancy trackers, and the overwhelming rise by default. And this is not because of Kamala Harris. Throughout the years, Texas has been trending blue like crazy without anyone even trying to campaign there. If Texas turned blue, I'll be like, everyone out there in the news media will be covering this like, oh my God, I can't believe. I'll be sitting here like, so? Any more? Is this just what we got? I'll be like, hey, you mean like it's not supposed to turn blue or what? West Virginia used to be blue. Like, I'm serious. I'm telling y'all, the dark horses will not be Texas and Florida. Like, if, you know what would be a dark horse? If Texas and Florida did not flip, I'll be like, damn, that is a disappointment, ladies and gentlemen. I will be like, everyone will be celebrating over this. Everyone be celebrating over this. And I'll be on November 5th, I'll just look at that screen and go, oh, Texas. Oh, I'm so disappointed with y'all. Oh, Floridians. You guys. I'll be dejected because I have high standards. When you have high standards, you're not worried about things like, oh, can she edge out a win? Gregory Parham. I'm telling you like it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling it like it is. Kentucky is a state to watch along with Indiana. Yeah, JJ Warner, I'll be dejected too. Honestly, if we got this map, okay, I'll be dejected. I'll be like, are Floridians serious with Ron DeSantis? With Texas with Ted Cruz? Like, are they not sick and tired of people like this? Are they not sick and tired of a 6-week abortion ban? Are Texans not anymore the Lone Star State of freedom, liberty, courage? Who's like, you know what? We're not gonna let people take away our democracy. Like we have policy disagreements, okay, with Kamala Harris. That's fine. But when it comes to democracy, when it comes to the American tradition that everyone is entitled to a vote, and we must accept the outcome of the vote, and we must have presidents and vice presidents that will be willing to admit their loss and certify the loss. We're not giving 1 inch away from that. And seriously, if Texas can't turn blue, I'll be disappointed. I'll be very much disappointed. Ladies and gentlemen, Indiana was a major dark horse in 2008. She'll win the popular vote by 50 million votes. I'll say we have to bump that up to like 18 or 20. Because again, like if women are like 200 million voting block, right? Like I'm out here thinking, ladies and gentlemen, Haiti voters, exactly. You guys are so on point because you've been following me for the longest time. Indiana was a dark horse. I think Utah almost went to Obama. Like, guys, listen to this. Anyone who is still worried if Kamala Harris is going to win, frankly, at this point, is fear baiting. Because there's so much content to be produced on the fact that Kamala Harris is going to win, but I don't see it in my feed. And I'm one of those pro-Harris people who are vehemently pro-Harris. And I don't even see that, not a lot of that, in my newsfeed. Because right now, people are preying on our fear. And I'm telling you, there's nothing to be afraid of. There is nothing to be afraid of. Well, Elon Musk was caught talking to Putin. I'm not surprised. Copernicus, I am not surprised. None of those things. Why heart? MA is blue. MA is Massachusetts. Yeah, of course Massachusetts is definitely blue. Texas will go blue, so will Florida. It better be. Like, this is the map, ladies and gentlemen. This is the map where I go, you know what? We kind of did what we wanted to do. I mean, this message is kind of strong, but it's not that strong, though. Like, this is a pretty strong message, but it's not that strong of a message. You know what would be a strong of a message? I showed you guys just now, okay, last time, okay? We need to turn all these other places where Donald Trump, where it's leaning Republican, and like take some of these places where Obama took, like Indiana, okay? And where was it? Was it West Virginia used to be blue? And some of these states in the South, Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, these states gotta go. Like Utah's gotta go. Like seriously, this is a message sent, okay? This is a message sent. When we win like this, I will be decently happy. Okay, when we win this, I'll be like, okay, you know what? Not bad. It's a pretty good attempt. Although I would imagine when women got their fundamental rights stripped away, I would think they would try harder. Don't you guys agree, ladies and gentlemen? Voting trend already called Florida a lock for Trump. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. Okay. Miami-Dade flip last, like seriously so sad, but she can win easily. Okay, she wins Florida by winning just a few cities. And it's very simple. Look, thank you for all the hearts that's coming in. Thank you all for the hearts. Listen to this. Listen to this. Florida being red is one thing. The thing is, what about what about Iowa? I mean, what about Iowa? What reason do we have for Iowa not to turn blue? Because it makes no sense. It makes no sense to me that Iowa is not blue. Obama took Iowa. You say Ohio is too far gone. You say Florida is too far gone. Okay, what about Iowa? No one's talking about Iowa. It's silent. It's dead silence on Iowa, and I don't see why. I don't see it. Literally, Dave Beiser, Aussie. A lot of states are deep red only because of gerrymandering. Exactly. Doesn't Florida has 500,000 Haitians? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they are doing. I don't understand why they will not be voting. Again, listen to this. We don't need so many keys. There just some news came out that the Arab Americans are no longer favorable to Kamala Harris. And I'm like, okay, listen. Every other thing, okay, all these other things, they make no sense at all. Because they don't matter in the grander scale of things. We have one key. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to me every single day for the past 2-3 weeks. What's that one key I constantly talk about? Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. Put it in the chat. What is that one key I constantly talk about and we must focus? Do not lose focus. Gratitude, yes. But what about the voting block? What about that one key that we have been talking about? So for so long, women key. Thank you, John Scott. Focus on women. All these Arab, American, Haitians, black men, Hispanic men, Asian, transgenders, whatever you want to make up of it. It's women. Focus on the women key. Do not lose focus. Attack abortion. Like all these other things, like come on. You put in 10 hours of campaigning to get like 1% crowd turning out, where you already got a crowd that's more than 50% going you, and a 1% turnout, a 10% increase on that gives you 5% in total swing. Thank you for the hearts. Women power, Alex Adorno. Like, ladies and gentlemen, focus on that one key. All these other talk about Arab Americans, whatever. Like, just whatever. Focus on women. When we win women, we win by a landslide. We destroy our opposition. We crush them. It will be embarrassing for them to try running again. Focus. Never lose our focus on that one key. And this is what I've been saying. Are Pennsylvanian women gonna vote super hard for Kamala Harris? If that is the case, then Pennsylvania is sealed. Don't tell me about Arab Americans. Don't tell me about the Polish. Don't tell me about the Ukrainian refugees. I am not interested. I'm interested in one key. Are women going to vote for her at a historical high that we have never seen before? And if the answer to that is yes, every other demographic will fall in line behind the queen leading the way. It's that simple. Like I say, a lot of women in the chat right now, we're talking about Arabs, we're talking about all these other stuff. When it comes to voting, Sarah Longwell referenced a poll in PA that's 11% of Republicans voting for Harris. Look, then, you know what? In that case, it's a wrap. I mean, in that case, Pennsylvania is a wrap. Wrap up. And if that happens, whatever Trump did to insult Detroit, I mean, Michigan's a wrap. Wisconsin has been a wrap since the beginning. I mean, why are people worried about Kamala Harris losing? I don't get it. Can anyone enlighten me why they think Kamala Harris is losing without telling me all these bait silver polls, self-sponsored by Agent Orange? Like this shameless shilling and Poly Markets, a betting website. What? It's like looking at crypto and going like, this is the future. I mean, maybe, but when you get pumped and dumped, then you know the truth. And how many times do we have to go through this nonsense? Seriously, people. Seriously, people. I live in Pennsylvania. Joe is winning Pennsylvania. I don't see any possibility. Lock doors. Oh my God. I need to pin this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to pin Alex Adorno. We have to pin this man. Okay? We have to pin this man. Every time this guy talks about him knocking doors, we better give him the clap. We better give him the clap. That's what he needs. That's what he deserves. Change to pause. Maria Jesus Alonso. Please let us use our common sense and vote for Kamala Harris if you do not want to lose your freedom and democracy. Exactly. Listen to this. We don't need 10 keys. Now, Alan Linkman's got 13. He's brilliant. He's a prodigy. But I've got a simpler one. Okay? The only possibility, and also Simon Rosenberg, Tom Bonnier. I watch their channels too. They're amazing. Listen to this. Okay? When someone is saying Florida is locked for Mr. Orange, okay, they're in part saying women in Florida are still voting for him. These are equivalent statements. These are anytime when people say Alabama is going for Mr. Orange, they're saying women in Alabama are voting for him. These are equivalent statements. So when you hear a thing, when the word go into your ears and you hear things like he is taking this state, you have to convert that into the actual message, the real people voting. Like, stop looking at land. Land doesn't vote. What do you mean by Florida goes for a person? Florida can't vote. Floridian women vote. Like, land doesn't vote. People do. Get that concept out of your mind. People vote. When we say Florida goes to Donald Trump, okay, that means women in Florida are voting for Donald Trump. These are equivalent statements. Stop shortchanging it and try to dehumanize the voting process. Okay? Now, am I saying that's not possible? That is very much possible. It's very much possible. But the thing is, that is the dichotomy. If we say Florida goes to Agent Orange, it means Floridian women are voting for Agent Orange. There are no two ways about it. Okay? When we say, it doesn't matter what state you're in. It doesn't matter if you're in Kansas. It's the same message. When we say Pennsylvania might go to Kamala Harris, might go to her opponent, we're saying Pennsylvania women are voting for that guy. Does that make common sense? Okay? If you say that makes no damn sense, well then there's only one conclusion on the flip side. Am I right or am I right? Tell me. Hit me with the comments. Hit me with the chat. Hit me with the super chat. Hit me with the likes. And the hearts. I'm loving it. Listen to this. Independence. I saw something just yesterday. I forgot where I saw it. You can fact check me. That's fine. Something like before, like just a month ago, the independents are 50-50. Right? The undecideds are 50-50. They are 50-50. Half of them going for Donald Trump. Half of them going for Kamala Harris. Just a few days ago, I think it was the same group of people being polled. They're saying it's standing at 60-40. They're saying they're not voting for Ler. Oh, wow, hard. That's a burn. They're saying independents right now are going 60-40 for Kamala Harris. For Kamala Harris. Okay, let's take a look at a state where there's a lot of unregistered, non-party affiliated voters, and that is the state of North Carolina. Okay? Do you know the pain of it all when this 32% of no party registration or minor party registration, do you understand the pain where this block breaks out at a 20% swing from at 60-40? Like, do you understand the pain that Mr. Orange would have to experience if that is the case. 20% of 3.2 is like 6.4% differential in the total number of votes. Like that is, and Republicans will be defecting, like someone said, something like 12%. Let's cut it at 8%. That's another several percent going in. And I mean, like, at that point, it's like people, what are people talking about? Especially when it comes to Pennsylvania. I'm not saying it's impossible for things to go wrong. There's still time for things to go wrong, especially when people think that it's gone, like we don't need to vote. No, we have to vote. We have to vote. Vote a few days ago. Kate, thank you. Thank you all. Like, seriously. Seriously. If she takes Pennsylvania, Trump is done. And she's taking it. And neither Donald Trump or Kamala Harris is spending any time in Pennsylvania. Listen to this. Listen. No one is spending time in Pennsylvania anymore. Okay? Donald Trump is spending time in Florida. And Kamala Harris is spending time in Texas. You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? Think about it. Use common sense. Use common sense. I'm voting for her today in Florida. Thank you for your vote. Tucker Carlson being a bad girl. Yeah, he said that. I heard that. It was, that keep losing the women vote. Just keep doing that. It's okay. We are okay. We let our opponents dig their own graves. Okay? Superman, thank you for the comment. Democrats are crying about Florida. Like, okay, Kate, look, listen to Kate, okay? We are out here crying about Florida. Okay, Donald Trump's out here panicking in Florida. And we already moved on from Florida to Texas. And Donald Trump's still trying to scrape by. He's not going to Pennsylvania. He's not going back to Michigan no more. He botched that. He hasn't been in Wisconsin for how long already? When was the last time he was in Arizona and Nevada? When was the last time he appeared in North Carolina? Georgia was a place that Kamala Harris just went to yesterday. August Jamison, it was so cringe. Exactly. I've heard Iowa might flip, which would be shocking. I mean, it would be shocking to the people out there. But to me, it's like, okay, that makes... I mean, I don't see a reason why Iowa is a deep red state. Like, there really isn't any. I don't see. It's not Ohio. Like, Iowa and Ohio are often grouped together. But I don't get it. Like, why do people think that? I think Iowa is in play. I think Iowa is in play. I genuinely think Iowa is in play. I think Texas is in play. People say Florida's not in play. You know what? Fine. I'll give you that. Okay, Donald Trump has to deal with this map. Donald Trump right now has to deal with this map. How is he going to deal with this? If it were you, how are you going to deal with this? I'm asking you a very simple question. Like, what are you going to do? How many states are this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, out of these 8 states, if you lose like 2 or 3, you're done. Like, you're just done. Okay, if he loses Texas, it's game over. It's win con, okay? If he loses Texas, it's GG, is immediately. Texas is the win condition. If he loses Texas, goners. Declared. Called immediately. Now, do you guys understand the type of situation Mr. Orange is in? And we're out here worrying about Kamala Harris. Yeah, it'll be the fastest call election in history. It'll be like, Kevin Wagner. Yeah, I think Florida's in play. We have been hearing all these news, all these. Okay, you know how they're playing this? Listen, ladies and gentlemen. You know how they're playing this game? They are trying to say, okay, this is what they're trying to do. And it's disgusting. It's frankly disgusting the way they play this game. And it's our friends who are playing. Our friends. There's so many frenemies in our crowd. It's mind-boggling. This is the game they play. It's a reputational game. They want us to believe this. Okay, they want us to believe this is happening. So when it is not this, They can say, you know what? We won. It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter I called that we will lose. Okay, it doesnn't matter I was out there fear baiting. We won. Everyone will celebrate and people will forget because people has short attention span. They will forget and they will forgive because we won, right? But if people are like me and I call this at a bare minimum, and when we don't get this, or at the worst case, which I don't think is going to happen, that we lose, I'm gonna get all the blame. People are gonna target me. So you know what they do? They adopt the unlosable position. It is to just constantly jeer Democrats, constantly jeer Kamala Harris, because if she loses, they'll say, "See, I was right." If she wins, say, "It doesn't matter. We already won. Why are we talking about the past?" Like these are psychotic. Like this is psychotic, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think that is psychotic? I genuinely think like people who are doing this are just psychotic. Don't you think so? Tell me I'm right, because I know I'm right. They're adopting these unlosable positions. They got, like I said yesterday, some people simply got no spine, and that is the concern. People are telling us, young men, we are losing young men like crazy. Democrats are dripping young men. Look, listen. Why would young men come to a side that couldn't even cheer on their own side? Ladies and gentlemen, do you hear the words coming out of my mouth? Why would young men come to the side that can't even cheer on, don't even have the guts to stand up for their own side? Because they want to adopt the position that they will never lose. Seriously. And Scott only ever has nightmare, will Trump be polished again? He will not. He will not. It's pretty simple. It's very simple numbers. Again, for those of you who just came in, Pennsylvania is pretty much in the bag as long as we just keep voting. Focus, focus, focus. Focus on the vote. Focus on the vote. Pennsylvania is ours. And then, guess what? If you take the blue wall, she wins. If she takes one of this and any one of the blue wall, she wins, okay? Or maybe she doesn't take this, she takes this and this. That's a win. I mean, just how many ways do we need to demonstrate that the pathways for Kamala Harris is just way more than Donald Trump before we can say, you know what? Stop jeering our own. Stop downing our own. Like, stop downing ourselves. Arthur tribe. Like, can we just stop downing our own? Ladies and gentlemen, reply to what I've said. Can we just stop downing our own? These other channels out there, like I said, they're doing a very psychotic move. I can't believe these are our friends. I can't believe these are our friends. I can't believe they are our allies. That they will adopt a position where it's impossible for themselves to lose reputationally. When they fear bait for Donald Trump's win, they can play both sides. They go, you know what? If he wins, he say, "You look, I called it. I wasn't wrong. Y'all didn't listen to me." And then when we win, they say, "Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We won. Why are we bickering about the past?" No spine. Victory awaits Kamala. John Scott, exactly. Can we have that mentality out here? And again, if she wins Florida, if she takes Florida, she takes Michigan, and that's a wrap. That's more, that we cross the line. She has Pennsylvania. Okay, she has Pennsylvania. She takes Florida. That's a win con. Okay? She takes Texas. That's a win con. Okay? If she takes North Carolina and she takes Wisconsin, GG's. She takes Arizona, gone. And before that, I gave an even better map, which is what happens if the dark horse, if Alaska went in. Then what happens? We give Nevada, Pennsylvania, and North Carolina. And boom. If people say, oh, you know, Alaska, not important. 3 electoral votes don't matter. Well, look at this. and tell me it doesn't matter. Hey, look, people say Iowa, whatever. Oh, what happens? What happens? The election will be called at like what is 7 p.m. after North Carolina is called. If we get Iowa and Alaska, it'll be called at 7 p.m. It'll be the fastest election ever called. Seriously. I'm talking about this. I'm talking about this. And like I said, Trump will be at MSG tomorrow in New York City. He is obviously out there in the swing state of New York, trying 10 days, 12 days, 10 days, 11 days before the election night. He's so going in. He's so going in on a swing state of New York after he's panicking about Florida. I am betting on Alaska. Look, if Alaska goes blue, if they call Alaska, I think that's it. Look, Alaska is the indicator, okay? If Alaska goes blue, I think at this point the electoral map hasn't moved much. But if that happens, I will be the first person who will call it. But you know what? It's over. It's genuinely over. It's completely over at this point. If Alaska goes blue, it is just over. I don't even have to imagine what the map looks like. And like I said, if Alaska goes blue, Iowa can easily go blue. And because we got Pennsylvania and North Carolina, we crossed it. We crossed it. We got it. Like this is it. If Alaska goes blue, it's a premonition to a very simple fact. Kamala Harris will win by a landslide that we have never seen before. The farewell tour. Oh, my bullets. Texas, we win. Look, Texas. If we don't win Texas, I will be just disappointed. Now people are out here like having this little ecstasy moments, thinking, "Oh my God, Texas is gonna win. Oh my God." I'm out here thinking like, really? We can't take Texas after all that happened? We can't take Texas after Gen 6? We can't take Texas after Roe v. Wade? I'm just like, really? We can't take it? It's been swinging. It's been shifting blue at 5 points every election cycle. And at that pace, we will be only down at 1.3% in this election cycle, given that natural shift in population and the growth of large cities. And we can make up the 1.3% with Roe v. Wade getting overturned and January 6th insurrection. We can make up that 1.3%. We can make up that with Liz Cheney, with Nikki Haley, with Republicans for Harris. We can't make that up, really? Like, ladies and gentlemen, if we can't make that, I'll be disappointed, ladies and gentlemen. The trauma from 2016, okay, and all the people, I've said this multiple times, okay? The trauma thing is imaginary. And I know people don't like me for saying this. Sometimes I will debate, we go on a healthy debate with the chat. KG, Texas is too gerrymander. Listen to this. When we say things like this, we're traumatized from 2016, we ask this of our opponent. Okay, we look across the aisle, okay? And then we see what they are doing. Are they shell-shocked from 2020? Like, think about it. Think about it. Why are we still concerned about 2016? You know what? In 2028, we will still be talking about 2016 every election cycle, forever and ever. See, this is, like I said, we have to stay focused. It's been 8 years, 9 years now. And Kate, I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying, making a general point. We have to stay focused. They are very focused on 2024. They're focused on 2025. They got Project 2025. And we're thinking about 2016. They got 2025. We're thinking about 2016. This makes no sense. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no such thing as being traumatized from 2016 because our opponent, oh my God, what happened? My chat died because there isn't enough memory. Okay, let me scroll down. Okay, let me scroll down. And okay, I said this in a previous live stream. I think it would really help your anxiety, if you have any, to take a look at some of the playbacks I've had. We didn't lose because we got complacent. And this is the hot take. People tell me, no, we got no, we never lost because we got complacent. We lost because we didn't like Hillary Clinton. It's that simple. Because if it was Bernie Sanders, okay, if it was Pete Buttigieg, heck, if it was Andrew Yang, like, like seriously, Hillary Clinton was the only person who could have lost the election. Mr. Pador, Blue MAGA, make all grifters say thank you. Tanya Kowalczak, Amethyst Angel, Intuitive, need the young male, get out and vote. Look, listen. How come MAGAs, they yell at the top of their lungs, we're gonna win, we're gonna win, we're gonna win, and they always come so close to us when they're not supposed to. Like, our mentality is, if we believe we will win, we will lose, and if we believe we will lose, then we'll win. So no matter what we do, we're always losing. Do you see that this is the psychops we play on ourselves? Like, this is the thing. We are defeating ourselves. They got that. They should have never even came close. Can you imagine being a MAGA head in 2016? Good morning, Barbara. Could you imagine being a MAGA head in 2016? Every poll is against them. Every news outlet clowning them. Everyone is just downing them. Okay? Everyone is just crushing them. Did they ever lose steam? They gain even more bravado from everyone coming down on them. And they took it. You know why? Because they deserved it. I hate to say this. We need to learn some things from our opponent. We need to learn some things from our opponent. They won. In times where we thought they could have never gone close. And out here, we're still on 2016. Look, if we got 2016 in our minds, what's going to happen is 2016. What you think the most is going to manifest in reality. Do you want 2016? Or are you thinking about 2008? Or you're thinking about Obama? You see, that's the difference. I'm thinking about Obama. I'm already thinking, okay, how can we outdo Obama? What can Kamala Harris do to outdo Obama? Thank you, Kate. The news make polls scary. That's their whole game. People forget Trump incumbency in 2020. Exactly. He lost as the incumbent. Like, why are we not talking about 2020? Listen to Al Paciulo. We could win big this time. You know how big we can win right now? If Texas goes blue, it's only natural that it does. Okay? And Iowa goes blue. We don't need the swing states to win. And it's only natural we don't need them. Can you guys understand the words escaping this little open hole over here? Ladies and gentlemen, by right, we don't need the swing states to win this election. When women turn out, gone. Hype incarnate. If COVID didn't happen, Trump would be still president. Well, yeah, if Trump did not repeal Roe v. Wade, maybe he would. But he did. So, hello? The point I'm making is simple. The ground we're standing on right now is beyond solid. All we need to do is to focus our attention on our soles, on our foot, on the base of our foot, and take the leap. And there's nothing to be worried about. I'm literally saying it. We don't need any of the swing states to win the election. We shouldn't need them. When Roe v. Wade got overturned, when January 6th happened, and now that people are remembering how he botched the COVID response, the national crisis that killed hundreds of thousands of Americans, no, we shouldn't need the swing states to win the election. And the numbers are saying we got the largest swing state. We got the Keystone, Pennsylvania, swinging so hard in our favor. And we're still worried that she will lose. How? Just how? I know how. People are fear baiting for news. That's how. I know how. Korean Kimi, good morning, catching up. How can any woman vote to have politicians control their bodies? You ask me, I ask who? Because I don't know. Listen this. I'm just gonna wrap this up because I've been finding this growingly boring as the days go on. Because I'm repeating the same message. And that what if look, listen guys. I really don't feel like doing any of these election forecasts anymore. I don't mean this because you guys are not entertaining. You guys are always here to support me, but I don't see the point. I don't see. I'm merely doing this so that we can consolidate our focus to not be baited by all these fear-based media, these anxiety-based media, and that's all I'm trying to do. Because all the numbers, the wealth of my work has been done for like several weeks, months at this point. And there is really nothing new we can cover. There's nothing new we can cover. Where people need encouragement, I know. But here's the thing. When we can't stay focused, when we lose focus, that's when we're losing our footing. Thank you for doing this for us, Dark Ronin. I'm so grateful that everyone's even here at all. I'm even here. I'm just glad. I'm grateful for the fact that any one of you could be even here at all. I'm grateful for every one of you. Seriously, gratitude is my attitude. Thank you all. Thank you for all your super chats, your donations, your likes, comments, shares, and words of encouragement and participation and views and chats. All of it. It's a proof that when we put our focus on the things that are right, the right path naturally shows itself. It's the truth. And again, like I said, Korean Kimi, I'm understanding I can't look at a post, makes me mentally drained. Like, for me, Trump, I mean, for you, yes, there are Trump signs, but for other people in places like Indiana, Kansas, even in Arkansas, they're seeing loads of Harris signs. Like, this is so, like, we are flying. And we got all these dead weight on us that's preventing us from soaring higher. And I'm dropping them. I will probably not be doing, I mean, maybe not literally not doing any more election coverage. Thank you for saving my sanity. Thank you for being here, Kate. Thank you for the super chat. You know, and for me, honestly, I find the content not so engaging anymore. I went through the numbers. Again, if you want to really go back to the details, go back in my past live streams. They got a wealth of numbers, all the analysis. But I suggest you don't do that. Yeah, it's going to give me more views, but I suggest you don't do that because it's not good for your mental health. That's one. Two, that's not going to change anything. You know what's going to change? Women are going to save democracy. I voted for the woman in my life, period. Listen to Dark Ronin. Okay, everyone give Dark Ronin the clap he deserves. When we make a statement that is true and positive and hopeful, like what Dark Ronin has said, we give him the clap. How about that? How about from now onwards, we focus on what our community can do and not be baited by all these fear news media. Look, I'll be covering election night. Don't get me wrong. Okay, I'll be covering election night with y'all, and it's going to be a good time. Like, it's going to be a good time and a bad time for us because you know why? Because we will look at this map. People like us will look at this map and go, this is kind of meek, you know? I wish, like, this is, you know what this map is? This is, like, people out there will be, like, opening champagnes. Like, people will be running wild, ass naked on the streets. I'm telling you, if this happens, people will be running butt naked out there in downtown Austin, okay? But you know what we'll be doing? In the live stream, we'll be like, okay, guys. We'll be like, okay. we'll have like, okay, we got one bag of chips for the whole family. Like we are allowed to open one bag. We're over, like I know you got 3 kids and 2 elderlies and your wife and your sister and your brother. Like there's like 9 people in the house, and we're like, okay, you know what? This is a time for celebration, but we are only eating one bag of chips because this is meek. Yeah, we can eat one bag of chips. Okay, just one bag. Everyone share. Everyone share this one bag. You know, it's good. You know, but hey, you know, you know when is champagne popping? You know when we should pop the champagne? Okay, we will pop it when it looks like this. Okay, when it looks something like this, we pop. Okay, when it looks like this, okay, we give her 470. How about that? When it looks like this, we'll pop the champagne. How about that? Let's have some goals out here, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have some goals out here. Okay? Some of these places Obama took, so don't look at me all weird. Don't look at me all weird. This is champagne worthy, okay? If this happens, go to CNN, go to New York Times, print out the electoral map on a 300 DPI and paste it on your wall. Make sure it's A0, okay? Spend $50. Put that on your wall, like freaking super glue it on your wall, okay? And then we'll start opening some champagne, okay? Although I don't drink. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, Joseph Buget, thank you. Remember all those Republicans against Trump? They'll vote for Harris or not vote. Either way, Midas Touch showed thousands of Harris Republicans against Trump. Kamala is gonna win. Big poster. Look, if this is the map, ain't nobody hanging it. Okay, I'm not hanging this map on my wall. Okay, I know it cost me like $2 to do that. I ain't doing it. We got this. We're like, okay, we won. Okay, that's cool. It's all cool. It's all cool. Yeah, sure. Okay, we'll hang this one though. Okay, we'll hang this one. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take this. We'll hang this one, okay? We'll hang this one. How about that? You guys want this on your wall? How about this? How about this? If we get more than 400, if we cross 400, okay? If we cross 400, somehow we cross 400, we get 400 or more. I'm printing this out A0 and I'm mailing to one of y'all lucky people. How about that? Let's celebrate. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a plan. Let's look ahead. If we get 400, if we cross this line, okay, I will select one of y'all and I'll print this one on A0 and I'll send it straight to your doorstep. How's that? That sounds fun. That sounds doable. That sounds like I'm about to spend some money. That sounds like I better start calling Amazon right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm voting tomorrow, early voting in Jacksonville, Florida. Thank you. Yeah, I'm in. I'm in, baby. I'm in. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm in. I'm in. How about that? Okay? Okay, let's drop the standards. Okay, guys, ladies, let's just drop the standards, okay? Can we settle for the lowest standard? Okay, how about, let's just drop the standard. Let's drop it so low, okay? Let's drop it to the point where she doesn't win yet, okay? Where she hasn't won yet. Let's just drop the standard to like freaking on the floor, 6 feet under. Let's drop the standards, okay? Because I'd be really wanting to give y'all something for all the support y'all have been giving me. Monetarily, view-wise, interaction. It's just amazing. I love this community. We'll drop it straight down 6 feet under, okay? If this happens, I'm printing a blue Lone Star State on A0 and I'll be sending to 5 of y'all. On my money. She hasn't won yet by this map, but it's okay. How about that? Let's lower the standards. Let's lower all. We push it down. We put the head under the water. How about that? Huh? Mine bullets. How about that? How about this? How about this? Huh? Yeah, let's get it on. This is what we're talking about. How about this? You guys want this? Because I ain't gonna eat my words, you know? Like I said, I'd rather be a clown than a coward. I ain't eating my words. If Texas goes blue, I'm printing a blue Lone Star State and sending it A0, okay, to 5 of y'all. I'm on it. I'm ready to spend hundreds on this. We bet. We bet on our future with positivity and focus and action and all the hope in our hearts. Can we get this thing done? Ladies and gentlemen, give me 100. Give me that 100. Give me that 100, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all want this or not? Show me. Show me you want this. Because I'm doing it. We on? Are we on or not? Are we on or not? Okay, Neko What If says we are on. What about the rest of y'all? Are we on? I better call my printing assistants. You know, I better get some phone calls going in because it's gonna take some time. The door knocker. I'm gonna give him. Look, I'm gonna give him like a huge, like 300 DPI. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna prepare something for. I'm gonna prepare something for him. I'm gonna prepare something that I'm not gonna tell y'all what I'm gonna prepare for him. Okay. I'm not even gonna tell y'all. And when this happens, I don't think he lives in Texas, but when this happens, I'm gonna give him something that he will open and be like, wow, that is incredible. And that is worth it. Okay, and with that, guys, listen. What's the sentiment in Jacksonville? Has KAMALA campaign gone there? She's been there. I think she was in Tampa and Miami one time each. The thing is, look, this is the minimum. A blue Texas this year is the bare minimum. Okay? Let's get this done. And with that, guys, with that, I will, like I said, I'm not so interested. Mike T, what does the data show in Texas to advise is going blue? Like I said, are women going to vote or not? Yes, then we win. No, then well, we're screwed. It's that simple. That's the data. Look at the population in Texas. You have an answer to that. Are we gonna get the votes in or not? We'll see. We'll see. We shall see in 10 days or maybe 11, where depending on where you live, if we're getting this or not. Okay? And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna call the map today. Okay? Okay, I'm gonna call this map. 300, probably main second district, honestly, at this point. 360 electoral votes is the bar we gotta meet. And with that, guys, stay focused. Do not stop looking at these polls. Stop looking at all these other channels who are telling you, oh, it's a disaster, that's disaster, that. Bull crap. Useless. Completely useless. You want to do something? Door knock like our Mr. Hero out here, okay? And this map, I'm calling. Okay? Listen. Kamala Harris will be inaugurated as the 47th President of the United States of America. Vote, vote, vote like your life depends on it. And it does. Yes, we got this. Again, share this. Thank you so much, Steve Smith. Thank you all for all coming in. And with that, may God bless America.